Don was a worrywart, but he was a jokester.
He was really good at math, and I pretty much follow in his footsteps with jobs, activities, and everything else I do.
Don worked at a deli when I first met him. He later went on to become a tile contractor. He was an excellent craftsman. We started to do business together for his tile business, for his life insurance, his auto insurance, his home insurance.
I noticed that my dad had changed because we were working on a math problem that I couldn't understand, and he had no idea what to do with just adding a couple numbers, and it took him like a half hour to figure it out.
He was forgetting things a lot. He was becoming short-tempered. So one day we just went into the doctor's, no appointment or nothing, and I was like, look, something's wrong with him. You need to figure out what's wrong. The next day the doctor called and he informed us that Donald did in fact have a brain tumor. They told us that he had glioblastoma, which is a brain tumor that he would not be cured, but they could treat it to prolong his life. Him being such a worrywart, you know, he was like, we gotta call Chris to make sure everything's okay and that we're up to par.
He had that fearful look on his face. He walked in my office directly to my desk. I assured him that the policy was in force, everything was going well, and then we sat down a little while later and he broke the news to me. On Don's policy, we included two riders. One is the waiver premium, which is a disability waiver, and also the accelerated death benefit, where you can receive up to half of the death benefit while you're still living.
Even though we had the life insurance, I wasn't aware that you can actually draw off of it. I just always assumed that you couldn't collect until you passed. It was a great relief to know that, because that allowed me to actually be able to take a leave of absence from my job to do what I wanted to do for my husband, was to have him home and here the day that he passed with his family.
My dad lived for about 19 months after he was diagnosed, and he held in there pretty strong.
Anyone in his condition probably would have passed away 8 months earlier. They would have just gave up, but not Donald.
Today, my family still struggles over the loss of my father, but we continue to be happy because we are grateful for the things we can still have.
Everyone thinks because you're going through a hard time, well, the bills don't stop, you know, and that's the truth, you know. Your life may seem like it stopped, but everything around you is still going. I really think if there was anything he was so happy and proud that he did, was to have purchased that life insurance. It allowed him to leave this earth comfortable, knowing that we would be financially okay, and that that when he did pass on, that I wouldn't have to go right back to work, that I could be here to console our children.